Hi, I'm Anita of My Duke and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a glorious day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time and you like this show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, the heat is on. And I don't mean the temperature. I mean the hit is on at GBN News because it was reported today by The Guardian that people are feeling quite uncomfortable since the Dan Wootton story broke out. And one thing I know about this broadcasting world, these people are not going to let an individual like Dan Wootton, as important as he think he is, as he said, because apparently the world is coming to get him in order to take down GBN News. This man is certainly full of himself. Hello. He must think that he is that important for GBN to go down. They must come through him. Oh Lord. And I know that has definitely rubbed some people the wrong way at GBN News, because if you go back and look at Victoria Abeder, she was able to be bought by those YouTubers for £300, a mere £300. She was able to lose all her integrity by lying on the Sussexes. She didn't even see what they were saying on the Oprah interview. She went ahead of the story. That was a great experiment by those YouTubers. So I know that a lot of people at GBN News, that's the reason why I'm saying that, they are certainly not going to let Dan Wootton bring their station down, as important as he think he is. They will, if push comes to shove, they will put his head out there. They will throw him under the bus. They will throw him to the wolves. They will do whatever it takes so that their bills are paid and their jobs are kept. So Dan Wootton can sit there and think that he is some important person, and that because he is so important, it is going to affect GBN News. No, Dan Wootton, you got it wrong. People are uncomfortable about you right now. The atmosphere is thick over there, and it is not looking good for you. I think before anything, they will give you your matching papers, Dan Wootton. So the allegations continues. Byline News, they are going to have another publication. What's wrong with my words today, Lord Jesus? They are going to have another publication on Wednesday. So we are going to stay tuned to that. And as I said, the internet is still the same thing. Nobody wants to touch the story. They are terrified of touching the story. Because you know what? Come to think about it, I was looking at the comments below my video, and one of them particularly struck me. And the person said in the comment that you know, all of them literally over there are pretty much doing all these, channels and publications. They're pretty much doing the same thing. So, you know, why would pots call the kettle black? So that's the reason why they're going along, putting their heads down and acting like nothing is happening. They're not reporting. I looked again, I put in Dan Wootton's name, and it's the same stories that come up. Okay, nothing new. But the Guardian is certainly reporting. And by the way, the Guardian said they knew about this Martin Brannan story for about 3 years now, since it has been circulating, and they've been looking into it. 3 years now. So this is not new to a lot of people. They did say how the Sun, where Dan Wootton worked during the time of the alias Martin Brannan, that was used to elicit videotapes of people having intercourse, as well as nude pictures of other men for large sums of cash. That's where they said that the quote-unquote Martin Brannan came about, and people first started hearing about this alias. And they said there that the Sun has hired external lawyers, and they also have internal lawyers as well, and people who are there that have been affected by this Martin Brannan person. They can come and report their experience anonymously. Okay? And ooh, child, this is just getting deeper and deeper. We will get to the bottom of it, I'm telling you, because we're not going to let our foot off the gas. We are going with that story. We are accelerating with the story. Okay? We are not going to sweep it under the rug. We're going to be reporting on it. And so, yes, they've made that outlet for these individuals so that, they can speak about their experience, which is good, a good move. But here again, we're talking about the Sun. And I don't think, if anything comes out of this, that it is ever going to see the light of day. Just saying. Just saying. This is the same place, this is the same Sun that Jeremy Clarkson wrote that a vile article for, wishing and dreaming that Meghan would be paraded in the streets of England naked. What it is about these people and their nakedness? They want to see everybody naked. There's something wrong about these people. The kind of elements, the kind of people that is coming from the Sun says a lot about that publication. But anyways, he said he dreamed of one day seeing Meghan naked, being paraded naked in the streets of England, where people are tossing or pelting fists at her. So this is where the stories are coming from. So I don't think that if anything comes up, that it is ever going to see the light of day. That's just my opinion. Okay? So all of this is what you call fronting. All of this is a way to make the public believe that they are some reputable organization. They are scrupulous. They're all of these things. They are not. If they are printing the article that Jeremy Clarkson wrote, okay, it speaks volume. It says everything that I need to know. So nothing is going to come out of it from that from that direction. Okay, so oh my goodness, yes. So the heat is on, and 7 current and former employees of the Sun has stated that they did receive emails from Martin Brennan. Okay, and all of them were offering money for these nude photos or people engaged in sexual intercourse. Yep. The hit is on. The hit is on. Somebody's gonna have some explaining to do. Okay. However, one of the things that the Guardian said is that one of the former employees revealed that Dan Wootton admitted that he was Martin Brennan. However, the Guardian said they couldn't prove that Martin Brennan was Dan Wootton. They couldn't prove it at this point. Okay, so we are going to wait, I think, for Byline Times for more information. Okay, because remember they said they had that dossier, and I think they're not going to put out all of their goods out at once. They're going to drop it off drip by drip for the public. That's how I think this is going to go down. Okay, so that is what that is going on here with this story. And Dan Wootton continue to, host his show, still speaking about Meghan, still bringing on people, still carrying on the smear campaign. He doesn't want people to talk about him, but he is speaking and bringing on people to talk about Meghan, for which he has no idea or no facts at all as to what is going on in the Sussex's household. So all of what he has to say is literally guessing and basically gossip and hearsay. So that is what is going on. Now, right after I got off from putting out my video last night, I was really, oh my goodness, disappointed with Radar Online and Page 6. Now, I know all the forces are out. Everybody has their guns blazing, ready to protect Dan Wootton. So what they are trying to do right now is to use Meghan and Harry's marriage as a red herring. Now, what is a red herring? Basically, it's something that you put up so that you do not really watch what is actually taking place. Your eyes is on that red herring. So that what they're essentially doing at this point is using Harry and Meghan's marriage, shame on them, all of them with their money. Who knows who they paid to go out there to say that nonsense to Radar Online about Harry and Meghan marriage is crumbling. They have a trial separation right now. That is nothing more than lies. That is a way to distract from the actual story that is taking place right now. So, as I said, it is a red herring, literally put out to distract from the real story, which is the allegations, the most vile allegations against Dan Wootton. So we are not fooled in the Sussex squad. We may be a lot of things, but we are not foolish. We can see exactly what is going on, using Harry and Meghan's marriage to distract from the actual story. We are not buying it, okay? And I'm just loving Nacho right now for coming out and saying BS. to the page 6 story that they regurgitated from Radar Online, talking about Harry and Meghan's marriage is rocky and is going through something. I'm not even really taking down these that information because I know it's a lie. Okay, so Nacho, thank you for being, as I said on Twitter, for being a good friend to Harry and a brother to Harry. It's unfortunate sometimes that you have blood relatives, and sometimes they could be the most cruel to you, and it takes sometimes an outsider to take the place of where somebody like your blood brother, same mother, same father, should be. William, if he had any decency, he would have been supporting Harry. But as I said already in the past, that William is a Judas. William in the past has sold Harry out to the very people that have smeared the Sussexes and tried to sabotage everything that they are doing out in Montecito. So William the Judas will never ever be the brother that Harry deserves. Okay? He's always going to be the person who will sell his brother out, because obviously he is jealous of the attention that Harry and Meghan had gotten over in England while they were there. Now, Harry said it best. The people who should be getting the attention, they weren't getting the attention. The future king and queen. So obviously that got them pissed off. That made them really jealous. So thank you, Nacho, for being there for Harry, and thank you for calling it as it is, which is BS. And somebody came on and corrected page 6 with the nonsense that they regurgitated from Radar Online, that trash tabloid, and corrected page 6 and told them that Harry and Meghan's marriage is perfect. There's a lot of love and laughter out in Montecito. Okay? And I strongly believe Omid, he's one of the people that I believe that is credible when it comes to reporting on Harry and Meghan. And he came out and said, what about all the things that Radar Online had said about Kate and William? Are they true? And he pointed out some of the articles, which were horrendous articles about their marriage and what is going on in their lives. And people were very upset about seeing those things. They didn't accept it. But now they're accepting from Radar Online, who knows nothing about Harry and Meghan, that their marriage is on the rocks and they're in a trial separation. So thank you to Omid, and thank you to Nacho Figueras. I just love to say that name. What a handsome man Nacho is, right? Oh boy, yes. Thank you for standing up for the truth, and thank you for standing up for Harry and Meghan and telling the truth that their story is BS. They are trying to use the Sussexes to distract from what is going on. And I believe it is a group of people. It might well be Dan Wootton's people. And I have no doubt that most of the people in the palace right now, they're finding it very hard to sleep. I know they are. Because one thing I said in the past, Dan Wootton is not going to go away quietly. He is going to go off kicking, screaming, wailing, and also snitching. He is going to be telling on you guys, okay? So that is a clear indication as to why we're not seeing stories out there online about Dan Wootton. Dan Wootton has too many secrets of too many people, And everybody is a mum because they are afraid of their secrets coming out. Now, I saw another thing again that got me thinking in the comments. Somebody said, could it be that William may have been catfished as well? That is the reason why probably he has been giving up stories to the likes of Dan Wootton and those phony royal reporters or so-called royal reporters out there, because he does not want what they know about him, the pictures that they have about him, the affair that he allegedly had, and the possibly alleged baby that he has out there. Remember that little boy that was that page? I saw all over Twitter that was possibly William's baby. Now, you see the funny thing about it? A lot of people are going to be like, oh, Anita, why are you saying those things? It's interesting that it could be said about Meghan and Harry, but it cannot be said about the Wales. For the longest time, they've been saying that Meghan's children and Harry's children are not theirs. They've been saying the vilest things, okay? They've been saying that Meghan calling the divorce lawyer. They could say everything about Harry and Meghan, and nothing can be said about them. Ooh, I wonder how they feel about they being on the receiving end, right? But as I said, if it comes down to the point where there's evidence from the Met Police and the investigation that is happening with Byline and all the little bits and pieces that are out there that has to be put together, if it boils down to some type of findings, nefarious findings, or truth to the allegations made against Dan Wootton, Dan Wootton is not going to go quietly. He's going to be taking them with him. Okay? So let us stay tuned for what is to come. I'm so looking forward to Wednesday. Okay? I think is it Wednesday? Next week, I think that they're going to have their next reporting. I think it's Wednesday next week. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to what they have to say, because I want to make sure that I have that story right. And you know, the majority of people out there, they're saying, the general consensus out there is that it is time that Dan Wootton gets his day. It is time that Kama visits Dan Wootton, because he has gotten away and has said enough, and he has been on a crusade against the Sussexes, and it is nice to see that he is at the receiving end. Okay, so guys, we are going to stay tuned and see what happens, what unfolds, and I am not going to be quiet. I am not going to be quiet. I am going to be reporting on what is being said out there. Okay? So, anyways, enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care and bye.